Shazam was made with a budget of only $100 million and grossed over $300 million. Although this was a modest amount, it still benefited DC somewhat, and the general audience liked the Shazam movie a lot. Then they made Birds of Prey with an $80 million budget, and it grossed over $200 million. DC's hopes were reignited because the sequel to their most successful project, Wonder Woman, was about to be released. But then the pandemic hit. Initially, they planned to release it in June 2020, but because of pandemic, it was eventually released in December 2020, when many countries were still under lockdown, so it was also released on HBO Max at the same time. The movie grossed $170 million at the box office, but Wonder Woman 2 didn't receive the same acclaim as the first movie. Meanwhile, ever since watching Justice League, fans had been demanding the Snyder Cut with the hashtag #ReleaseTheSnyderCut. Zack Snyder mentioned that his Justice League movie would have been very different from the original one. Warner Brothers had one last chance to make the fans happy. Warner Brothers invested $70 million in the movie, with Zack Snyder working on it for free. It was released on HBO Max in 2021, and it quickly became one of the most watched movies of 2021. And it received immensely positive reviews from fans. After this movie, fans started demanding Justice League Part 2, wanting Snyder to finish his story. But it was impossible because the studio and Snyder didn't want to work together anymore. With Snyder and his fans saying goodbye to the DCEU, DC hired James Gunn after he left Marvel. James Gunn immediately did a soft reboot of DC's most unsuccessful project, Suicide Squad, and this time, fans loved it. However, due to the pandemic, the movie only grossed $170 million. Gunn's second project was the Peacemaker series, which surprisingly was also well received by fans. But people hadn't forgotten the past controversies, so DC stopped using their previous actors. This was a significant loss because Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill were not only beloved by DC fans but also fan favorite among the whole world. After years, the Flash movie was finally set to release, which would completely reboot the Snyderverse, and by this time, they had replaced Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill. But things got complicated when Warner Brothers' CEO changed, and then Dwayne Johnson entered the studio. He had been eyeing the Black Adam project for 10 years and convinced the studio to bring back Henry Cavill's Superman for the movie. Johnson wanted to make Black Adam one of the most important characters in the DCEU, which is why he brought Superman into the movie. The Black Adam movie was well received by the audience, and Henry Cavill was very happy to return as Superman.
Hey everyone, I wanted to wait until the weekend was over before posting this, because I wanted to give you all a chance to watch Black Adam. But now that plenty of you have, I wanted to make it official that I am back as Superman. And the image you see on this post and what you saw in Black Adam are just a very small taste of things to come. So there's a lot to be thankful for, and I'll get to that in time. But I want to thank you guys most of all. Thank you for your support and thank you for your patience. I promise it will be rewarded.
Leaving aside the marketing campaign, the budget for this movie was $200 million, but it only grossed $390 million. And because of this performance of the movie, they not only fired Dwayne Johnson, but they again fired Henry Cavill. Wow, what a joke. On the other hand, because James Gunn had successfully turned around two unsuccessful projects, Warner Brothers appointed him as the president of DC. After becoming president, James Gunn announced a soft reboot for DC. But this too was very confusing. He decided that almost all superheroes would remain where they were, but their stories would no longer be continued. Despite minimal promotion, Shazam 2 grossed only $130 million. But fans gave the movie positive reviews. The Flash movie turned out to be the biggest flop in the superhero genre of all time and failed to properly reboot the universe. Not many people went to see the Blue Beetle movie either, which grossed $130 million, though it was liked by the audience. Aquaman 2 was the last movie of this DC universe, grossing $430 million. And currently, no one knows which actors will be in the new DC universe and which ones won't.